a recruitment firm in London who employs and finds lawyers for the major city law firms has recommended to the major law firms in the city that they stop having your heart stops here when you hear this. Stop having socials. You know, when typically in the professions, the end of a long day, certainly in London far more than, I know you're not that familiar with London life, but in London most of the professions head out to the pub in the evening. During the week, unlike in Manchester, during the week, head to the pub, have a drink, catch up, relax or whatever. So they've advised their law firms that they need to stop having socials at the pubs because you're alienating and disenfranchising any Muslims who may work for you.
This is not a new thing.
Really?
Yeah, I remember this when I worked for Manchester Council 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't as strict as that, but there was discussions and there was people saying, I don't want to go on the Christmas do, A, because it's Christmas, and B, you're having it in a pub. So these conversations were happening 20 years ago. Things have got worse since then. This is pandering to an identity group. This is pandering to people who are Muslim, who think it's an issue going to a pub. It's not an issue going to a pub if you're a Muslim. It's an issue for you sat in a pub drinking alcohol. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
What happens if we go to a restaurant that doesn't serve alcohol but serves pork? I'm sure you don't want to go there either. What about if we go to Dunkin' Donuts for our get-together on a Friday? Or what about the fat woman? She'd be tempted now with cholesterol. She doesn't want to go. That's not. How am I going to Dunkin' Donuts and I can't have donuts?
Yeah, but the argument there, I'm taking the side of of arguing for this now. By the way, I'm not saying I agree with it. The argument there is being fat is not a religion. Being a Muslim is a religion. It's a fundamentally held belief of a group of people, and forcing them or asking them to go to an environment where there's alcohol is inappropriate. That's why they're saying
it. The Quran mentions nothing about being in an environment with alcohol. The Quran talks about you not consuming alcohol because it messes your brain and you can't think clearly. That's what the Quran says. So going to a pub is is okay for Muslims. You're just not allowed to drink while you're there.
Yeah.
If we take this to the nth degree, there's nowhere we can go.
Yes.
So do we go to? So one of my members of staff's a vegetarian. That means we can't go to beef.
Yeah, but vegetarian is not a religion.
It's almost like a religion.
Yes, I suppose it is a belief system, isn't it? There can be a belief system about vegetarian. So then I would say. So you're the managing partner of a law firm. I'm saying, Nick, we can't go to the pub because we've got Muslims and it'll be offensive to them.
Yeah.
What's your answer to that? And say, so what we're going to do for our social this year?
I wouldn't change it.
Yes, no.
I wouldn't change it. We live.
But what's your answer to me saying this is offensive to Muslims? The fact that the venue you've chosen, Nick, serves alcohol, and everyone will be drinking alcohol and getting smashed. By the way,
I say it's not offensive to Muslims. It's offensive for you as a Muslim, because I can bring 9 people into this room now who are Muslims. I haven't got a problem with it. So you've got a problem with it as a Muslim. It's not a Muslim problem. It's a you problem.
I just like the idea you've got 9 Muslims lined up outside your office.
I have, and gays, and blacks, and disabled people. Because you never know when you need them.
You've got an office outside.
Full of diversity. Full of that kids I ever need them.
Full of Muslims, black people, trannies, gay people, and then any issues. I can bring a gay person, and you basically pay them 50 grand a year each to come in.
My overheads are enormous.
They come in and agree with you whatever subject you raise. Do you have a problem with that? No. You're gay, aren't you? Yes. There you go. That's my example.
So, and the reason is, if we let these people get away with that, where does it stop? So Hindu members of staff, I don't go to a restaurant that serves beef. Because that's basically my God.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got, there's lots and lots and lots. I mean, here's a good example. In California, a town in California have just had all the road signs removed that says no U-turn. Because the local LGBTQ group said it's homophobic. No U-turns.
Why is that homophobic?
I didn't want to read the rest of the article.
But doesn't that mean you're then increasing danger on the road because people will be doing U-turns in an area where they're not supposed to do it?
Yeah, that sign must be there for a reason.
No U-turns.
No U-turns.
That's because it's. I think it's transphobic, is it, or homophobic?
I think they said homophobic. It'll have some. I can guess what
it means. No U-turns going back to being
straight or stuff like
or
that,
non-tranny or whatever.
There'll be a silly reason.
Yeah.
But the council in this town took down all the no U-turn signs because some gay people, trans people, whoever said, I find that offensive. There's lots of things I find offensive. If we could stop things that were offensive, I'll tell you what, this country will change. It won't be a nice place, this country. It'll be nice for me. Won't be nice for anybody else. Did you like that video? I think you did. Hit the bell, give it a big thumbs up, comment, and don't forget, I'm standing for election in Oldham East and Saddleworth. So please share this video, speak to your family and friends if you live in Greater Manchester, and if you live in Oldham East and Saddleworth, make sure you vote for me. Catch you soon.